Alright, so just for the recording, I am here. My name is Calhoun Winchester, State Marshal, call sign 006, and with me I have.
Dexter Day, State Marshal, called sign 003.
It's a good one. I like 3. Good number. Right, I guess for the recording, I am the medical director and attending doctor here at the hospital, Philippa Canter.
Perfect. Alright, so I'll read you your rights now. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you can and say will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney present, if available. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, free of charge by the state. Do you understand these rights as I have read them to you?
I understand.
Perfect. With those rights in mind, do you mind if we continue?
Yes, we can absolutely continue.
Alright, perfect. So the questions I just want to ask you are in regards to one of your, I believe, currently employed medical staff, Marlowe Stanfield.
Marlowe? Okay.
Yeah, so it's in regards to, he was arrested and it was found on his person that he had medical supplies on him. So we just want to question you surrounding that and just sort of get like a bit of background on Marlowe himself. Okay. So essentially, just the first question I want to ask you are, is what's Marlowe Stanfield's current position at CMC?
He is still employed as an intern. We are aware of his arrest. Okay. However, we do have a policy here that if someone is making clear steps to appeal and communicates that to us, we give them the opportunity to do so before their employment is terminated. If that appeal falls through, doesn't happen, anything like that, then he will be terminated.
Okay. How long has Marlowe Stanfield worked as an intern here?
I believe 3 months about.
3 months ago. Okay. And did Marlowe Stanfield attend the last doctor's meeting, which I think would have been around the 20th of July, 2024?
Yes. He did. He was a little bit late to it, but he did.
Okay, perfect. And from that, has he worked any shifts in the past 30 days, to the best of your knowledge?
Not frequently, but I believe he has. Let me pull up the hours real quick. He's definitely more of a part-timer. He worked about 3 hours in July.
3 hours, okay. Do you have any like requirements to meet like a set amount of hours every month, or is it just that sort of?
That would actually be below our requirement. So at this point, he'd be receiving an inactivity warning. We have a 4-hour minimum for interns. Then it goes up when you get promoted. So the higher the rank, the more hours you're expected to commit. He would have been just under that, so he'd be receiving an inactivity warning at this point. And then if he didn't do his hours the next month, he would be fired for that.
Is that 4 hours a month? Or
yes.
4 hours a week? Okay.
I know it's not a lot.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify.
Unfortunately, the hospital's not the most sought-after position, so we keep it light.
Okay. And from that, has he ever received any inactivity warnings previously, or is this his first one?
He is not. His hours were excused for 1 month because he communicated us an inability to be around. But that is it. He didn't just not work without talking to us.
Okay. And just to the best of your knowledge as well, has he ever been sort of found with any medical supplies off duty previously, or would you think this is his first time?
Never. This would be the first. Croc spoke to me a little bit about this the day of, and I've asked for the same. I've never once heard of anyone being caught with them. Usually people bring it to me if they're found, if anyone's found with medical equipment. I've never heard of it happening. I've also never seen him sign on and just go into the back, which is something that we do have blips here. It's only internally, so the doctors can see it. But if people are doing that, we do notice. I've never seen him just run back there and grab stuff then leave.
All right, perfect. What were your guidelines regarding like medical equipment off duty and on duty? Is there a specific like amount that someone has to is required to carry on them on duty, or is it?
On duty, carry as much as you fucking want because we get through that shit quick. But off duty, you are not permitted to carry any medical equipment other than obviously you can take some bandages out with you. We are understanding of the fact that sometimes people forget. Right, that does happen. If we find any to have been sold or given out, that's immediate termination. But if they just take it out on them, it's just a stern reminder not to do so.
Perfect. All right. Do you have any more questions, Dex, for yourself?
Yeah, how is he in terms of his performance? Is he doing all right?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, he's don't get me wrong, slower progress. He hasn't been that consistent as we know. He might not stick around forever. But to be honest, we get a lot of interns that end up not really working out. So
Yeah.
out of all things, he's been pretty good. He brings a lot of creativity here. And he's very personable with all of the doctors and the patients when he's here. He also sponsored us with his company, Mar Money, when our pay was really low. So he's actually helped us out a hell of a lot. So he's been a good addition, even if not the most active of a doctor.
Okay. I think that's everything from me, Cal.
Y'all are aware of the Croc situation to do with this, and him coming over our radio and trying to
Yes.
essentially coerce a statement out of one of my doctors, because that was a hell of a thing.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about any Crocodile Steve or anything.
Okay.
He has been fired from
me.
LSPD, so anything regarding that, if you do have any complaints or anything, you can come to us, of course, to
Okay,
discuss it.
appreciate that.
But there has been measures put in place.
That's amazing. I don't want to fuck anyone's opportunity for defense, because one of my doctors hadn't seen Marlowe that day.
That's absolutely
that was
fine.
that was a really wild time. Don't get me wrong, Marlowe might have fucked up here. I'm not gonna say otherwise. I wasn't there that day at the time. But that was crazy what Croc tried to do.
Yeah, we've went ahead and
Yeah.
there's things put in place, so absolutely don't worry about it, and we are
Okay,
looking
I
into
appreciate that.
everything else
Alright.
surrounding us. All right.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate y'all looking into that. If it is found that he's found guilty for all of this, then he would be terminated. So we'll just keep an eye out for how that goes.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't think we've got any more questions.
Of course. All right.
Perfect. All right. For the record,
Thank you guys.
Calhoun Winchester, interview terminated at 21:56 BST on the 3rd of August.
Okay. Thank you. Could I, like, out here? I don't know exactly what your positions entail. Could I report a gun stolen to you? Because I just woke up out of